All right.
Absolutely.
Now you mentioned the spring. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I want to know, as somebody who was on the ground, y'all covered it harder than anybody else in the country, because we know we got a lot of folks covering Jack State. Okay.
Yeah.
But y'all cover it harder than anybody in the country. Okay. I'm telling all the real ones. I'm telling if people watch me around the world. If y'all trying to know something about Jack State football, y'all need to come to this brother and Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Okay. So when it comes to the spring game, I want to know who impressed you the most. Give me somebody off the offense, somebody defensively, and just give me your overall thoughts on the kicking game and how that works.
Spring game or just the spring period?
Okay, it can go to spring in general. That's even better. Again, y'all know all about that.
The spring itself, man. My goodness, man. Spring game was easy. Grayson and Kobe off the offense did extreme. They really jumped off the screen. But as a whole,
okay.
I have a reason why I say that. As a whole, from a spring standpoint, Jason Brown, as a whole, because what people do is they'll look at that game and he'll tell you we only ran 5 plays in that game. That was a very watered down, vanilla, just showing of our offense.
Okay.
But from what we've seen from a leadership standpoint, from just an overall practice standpoint, knowing the offense, a lot of great throws at practice, a lot of just the leadership, man, is very impressive. And you could almost go any, meeny, miny, mo with some of these guys, man. But off the offense, I start there with Jason Brown from what I've seen. I felt very good about our quarterback room after sitting at practice quite a bit. I was like, we're going to be okay. Because Shedeur was that dude, man. Yeah. I was a big fan of Shedeur, still am. Yeah. Love Shedeur Sanders, man. I think he's going to do great at Colorado. Mm-hmm. On the defensive side, Keydrane Callaghan, man.
Okay.
Keydrane Callaghan. And you could go any, meeny, miny, mo at that DB room, man. The defensive line is a unit. I'm telling you right now, we got the best defensive line in all of the SWAC. I don't care who FAMU recruits. I know they're going to feel some type of way. I do not care. Mm-hmm. There is nobody touching our defensive line. So I'm not going to pick anyone from the defensive line, because that front four of Niles Gaddy, Jeremiah Williams, Devontae Davis, and Antonio Doyle, you're not beating that bunch. And then you factor in what the coaches are doing and what they're adding. Mm-hmm. Man, right now we're literally 3-4 deep in the interior, and now they're rounding off the edges by adding more depth with the recruiting cycle. And they got a heck of a strategy. But I'm gonna stay in the I think Keydrane Callaghan is everything that they say he is, man. He's got good speed, he's got good cover ability, he can hit, mm-hmm. and I don't feel like we're gonna see much drop off from the safety core that we had. I'm a big time Cameron Silman Craig fan, and I still am. Cam, no, I love it.
Oh, shout out to him.
Cameron and I think Herman Smith were the starters for the most of the year, mm-hmm. At safety. Isaiah Guthrie, Keydrane Callaghan, we in good hands. I can tell you that right now. We in good hands with our safeties and our DB room. I think we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be just fine, man. Those two guys, but Keydrane is a big kid, man. Looks like a baller, bro. I was very impressed with what I seen with him.
Okay. What about that kicking game? Because I know y'all were covering it, so you probably didn't hear Rob J. I watched it on JSU Sports.
Oh, yeah, I heard about Rob.
Make sure y'all get that. If y'all don't have it, okay, JSU supporters around the country, go ahead and drop that money and get that, all right? But
hey, can I say something about that?
Okay, please do.
And I know this might ruffle some feathers.
No, do that. Just put it on something.
I think us as alums, what we have to do is we have to encourage people to buy their own streams. I understand that we be on YouTube and we be streaming the games, but I just want you to think about that and understand that sometimes we're standing in the way of the university. And one thing we always say, me and Zoe say this all the time, we do not speak for the university, nor do we stand in front of it. We want to be here merely as a prop to help prop up the university in any way that we possibly can. So make them go spend their own money. You know, we got many ways we could get. I understand the streaming and the revenue that you can make from the eyes and all those different strategic ways that YouTube allow. But That's just my take when it comes to University. I don't want to take anything from University. I just want to give to it and watch it elevate and thrive. But in regards to the kicking game, we're going to be fine, man. Shout out to Luke. Really, the whole special teams, the specialists, I'll say, Avery Salerno, the long snapper. We lost Jacob Polite to Colorado. He was a good long snapper. Then we lose Alejandro Mata to Colorado. But Gerardo Beza, we call him G-Baby. G-Baby was doing all the place kicking. He was kicking off for us. That don't change. In comes Luke Jackson, stronger leg, just as accurate. Now everybody knows that once you get past about 40 yards, give or take, the accuracy tend to go down. And that's even from an NFL standpoint.
Right.
The closer, the better, obviously. But Mata didn't really kick beyond 40. He didn't miss any kicks, but the kicks that he made, and that's not knocking Mata.
He was great. I love him.
Very accurate, but his leg strength wasn't what it's probably going to be. He's a true freshman, go from kicking at Buford to kicking at Jackson State. Gerardo came from Kentucky State, so he was already had a couple college years or college year under him, and he was on like the top 20 specialist list for like D2. With that being said, you got an older kid with a stronger leg, so obviously he's probably going to kick it a lot further. And then you got a Luke Jackson that's just got a really good foot. So both of them, I think Luke was doing some punting as well. We are going to bring a punter in, but I'm very impressed. Our kicking game is straight. We're going to be fine, man. We're going to be fine. I don't think we're going to go back into what we saw the year prior, where we were just scared to kick an extra point, man. It was ugly.
Yeah.
But then Mata came in and stabilized us. But what we got to stop doing at Jack State, we got to stop carrying pain around. We be traumatized. We be like, oh, Mata left. What is we gonna do? We're gonna do what we did. Hell, we went and recruited Mata. We're gonna go get us another kicker. We bring another kicker in. It's just that simple.
Right. So
yeah, man. But I was impressed with both of them. All three of them, actually. All three of the specialists.
Well, I brought up Rob J because during the telecast, every time the young man kicked the field goal, he kept saying that Mata couldn't have done that. Mata couldn't have kicked that. Mata couldn't have kicked that.
Rob J is a national treasure, man.
He's a treasure. God bless him. God bless him. Okay. And I'm glad, though, you gave everybody some comfort with that kicking game, which is, people forget, it's 3 parts of the game. And
yes,
it's the ultimate team game. We've had some games like that first FAM you joined under Prime.
The 7-6 game.
Yeah. Okay, kicking game you got to have special teams come into that. Because we talking about flipping field and doing all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You take the Tennessee State game, one of them games. Well, it was kind of rugged. You know what I'm talking about? You got to have a kicking game. So that matters. That matters.